Hello there, and welcome back to another Otaku Bandito Top 10. Alright, so there are some pretty good premium planes of War Thunder, like the P-61A1. Yeah. It doesn't have the same suspended armament as the C1, but for those who don't want to get the C1 or haven't grinded to get it yet, there you go. Go ahead and get it. Yeah. It's not very maneuverable, but its armament is powerful, and it's pretty much powerful enough to tear through a light pillboxes with its 4 20mm cannons. And not to mention, it's my first ever American premium plane. And there's also the XP-55 Ascender with the same armaments, except with less rounds, but more maneuverable. And the XP-50, which again is a very good premium plane. It's also cheap. But there are some premium planes in War Thunder that will make you wish that you haven't wasted your hard-earned golden eagles or even cash on planes that will make you regret that you've ever maxed out your credit card or even used up all of your money from your bank accounts on planes that will make you feel ashamed that you even bought them. These are some of the worst premium planes out there. And speaking of premium planes, the premium plane of the month is one that doesn't suck. The Saab 105 OE. It's basically a premium variation of the Saab 105G, which is a good plane, don't get me wrong. Both variations are good, and it costs like a 8,000 golden eagle, 8,500 golden eagles, which is kind of steep considering that it's basically a variation. Yeah, but still pretty good, although the F-89 Scorpion is a lot cheaper. And I also pre-ordered the F-5C, and that's going to be featured as the premium plane for next month. So stay tuned. This is also the first jet to be mentioned in the premium plane of the month. Alright, so we're going to count down the top 10 worst premium planes of War Thunder. Absolute wastes of golden eagles and money. Yeah, don't waste your money or golden eagles on these planes. You're better off just spending it on a talisman. But still, they're better than buying like 22 Canadian dollars worth of premium ammo in World of Tanks. So, let's go. Alright, so number 10 goes to, well, the P-51D10 and the P-51D20 NA. Yeah. Well, the reason why they're low on the list is, well, they're good planes overall. Some of the best ranked 4 planes of War Thunder. But they're basically the same plane. I mean, just look at their stats. Just a sec. I'm gonna bring it up on my smartphone. Yeah. The P-51D10 has a 4.0 arcade battle rating and 4.3 on realistic battles and 5.0 on simulator battles. And let's look at the P-51D20 NA. Yeah. Alright, just a sec. Yeah. See, look. Same rating. They're the same plane! And let's look at the stats of the P-51. D30. See, look. It's the friggin' same plane. Actually, it's got a higher arcade battle rating. But even so, let's look at the P-51 D5. See, look, it's the same battle rating as the P-51 D5. Yes, all three of these planes have the same battle rating, except the P-51 D5 is a researchable plane. But it is a good plane, though. It only costs 150 silver lions to purchase. This is pretty inexpensive for a 4 franc plane. It only costs 46,000 research points to research. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe. You can't waste money on these premium Mustangs because they're basically just the same as the P-51 D5. And if you want to give out the argument that the P-51 that these planes make the grind easier, well, you can basically buy a talisman for that plane, and you're all set. If you want a good American rank 4 franc premium plane, which will be mentioned on the next list, get this. The Spitfire. I mean, the Spitfire Mark IX. This is a good premium plane. Although, very expensive, 6,900 golden eagles. But it's worth it. Believe me. Yeah, that is my gripe with these two premium Mustangs. But the reason why they're low on the list is because, well, they're decent planes. It's just that these slots could have been taken up by another premium plane in the 4th rank tech tree, like the XF5U Flying Flapjack, or even this. I want you to see what kind of plane it is. Come on. Come on. Whoops, I clicked it by accident. Not the Cadillac XP74. Yep, the XP75. Yeah, forgot what it was called. Or even this. The XP75. These two wastes of space could have been taken up by this plane, the XP75 or the XF5U Flying Flapjack. That is one of my biggest gripes, but it is still a good plane. Let's go on to the next plane in the list, and well, this one is kind of the same situation, except it's in the German tech tree. Let's go. Alright, the next stinker on the list is the Focke-Wulf FW190C. And this is sort of like the same situation with the P-51Ds, except way, way worse. And you want to know why? Well, just take a look. Take a look at its battle ratings. And compare that to another variation of the FW190, which is researchable. The FW190A8. And just take a look. It's almost the same stats as the FW190C, except has a higher simulator battles battle rating. Yeah, this is even worse because, well, this is not only a rare plane, but it's worse than a researchable plane that you get in the game. Yeah, so it's basically the same as the FW190 A8, except with a worse simulator battle rating. And you can only get it for 150,000 silver lions. And you can basically buy a talisman for the FW190 A8 and you're all set. You basically got the FW190C, except you grind it for it. And that's why some people have given premium planes in War Thunder a bad rep, because several of them are basically just same as a researchable plane, except with worse stats, or, well, the same stats. But don't get me wrong, there are some good premium planes in War Thunder. However, there's gonna be one next in the list that, well, it's just an absolute waste of money. This just breaks me. Let's go. Alright, next on the list is the F7F3. Yeah, this just breaks, because just look at it, it's a copy and paste of the plane that, well, I'm currently researching on. Yeah, the F7F3 is the gift plane, but it's basically the same as the F7F1, and it's even got the same coloring and same stats. What a waste of space. In fact, in my opinion, it should have been taken up by the Bell XFL era Bonita, which, well, yeah, it's the same as the P-39 era Cobra, except it's a naval plane. So at least you would get a navalized variation of arguably one of the most overpowered planes in War Thunder, because it has a 37mm cannon that I often at times get sniped at whenever I'm trying to grind at this game. Yeah, it looks the same, and it basically is a waste of money if you purchased it in the Gaijin marketplace. I feel bad for anyone that's bought this plane. Yeah, my condolences to anyone who's bought it. Yeah, that spot should have been taken up by a better premium plane, like the aforementioned XF5U and XFL era Bonita, or even better, this sucker. Yeah. You're gonna see what it is pretty soon. Because this should have been in the premium slots instead of the F7F3, which is the same as the F7F1. There's no difference at all. There's just no difference. It's the same. Yeah, this should have been in there. The FR Fireball. And it's a pretty unique plane as well because it's mixed propulsion. Yeah, it's a mixed propulsion plane. That's pretty unique, and well, any of these planes should be in the premium tech tree in War Thunder, especially the Thunder Screech. Yeah, the FR1 Fireball definitely deserves to be in the premium, the US premium tech tree as a rank 4 plane in War Thunder. It should have taken up the whatever spot the F7F3 had. And yeah, in all honesty, I think the F7F3 should be removed, since it has no place in War Thunder, since it's the same as the F7F1. I mean, what's the point? And again, you can basically get a talisman for the F7F1, and there you go, you got the F7F3. Absolutely pointless. Yeah, number 7 is a plane for the British tech tree. Let's go. Alright, next on the blacklist is the Boomerang Mark II. And here's why it sucks. It's the same as the Boomerang Mark I, it's even got the same battle rating, except it costs more golden eagles. Yeah. I know, the Boomerang Mark I is a really good premium plane. Yes, Squire, of course, has made a joke about the Boomerang being unflyable. But that aside, I don't think it's really that unflyable. Yeah, no, it can be hard to control, but it's got powerful armament. It's got cannons and machine guns. It's basically like a baby XP-50, if that ever exists. Yeah, my biggest gripe with the Boomerang Mark II is that it's got the same stats, except it's more expensive. So what would you rather do? Would you rather buy the Boomerang Mark II or just save more golden eagles and use them up for an Arab roundel and buy the Boomerang Mark I instead? So yeah, it's a pretty obvious choice. I mean, why do you even need the Boomerang Mark II? It's got the same battle ratings and everything. I believe it has the same armament, and let's look at the top speed. Let's compare top speed, because that's one thing that I haven't taken into account. Alright, so we're going to look up the top speeds for both the Boomerang Mark II and Mark I. I'm going to put the Mark I on the best premium planes, as it is good value for money. It's a really good premium plane. Powerful armaments, pretty fast, and very good overall. The Boomerang Mark II is 491 kilometers per hour. Let's compare that to the Boomerang Mark I. And let's see how fast it really is. Yeah. The Boomerang Mark 1 is a good premium plane. Yeah, it's same speed, it's the same top speed, so there's no difference at all. Yeah, that's why the Boomerang Mark 2 sucks, because it's more expensive. That somehow defeats the whole point of the Boomerang Mark 1. Value for money. The Boomerang Mark 1 is better value for money. And, well, the next aircraft on the list is going to be one of the Japanese tech tree. Let's go. Alright, number 6 is Hagiri's A5M4. Yeah, it's a 1.3 battle rating and, well, top speed is 447 kilometers per hour. And what sucks about it is that it's a premium variation of a plane that already sucks. The A5M4. Yeah, no, it's cheap, and it's a rank 1 plane. Well, I don't put in that many... Well, I couldn't find any premium rank 1 plane that's bad. In fact, my first ever one is Tux Gladiator, which is a pretty good premium plane in itself. And it's got the same awesome OP-ness that the other Gladiators do. And heck, I even find the second rank German plane, the seaplane that lands on the Bismarck, to be pretty cool. But this plane absolutely sucks. Yeah, it's got 447 kilometers per hour. It's basically the same top speed as Hagiri's A5M4, and it's got the same weaknesses. And I hate getting shot down by these planes. Every time I'm playing War Thunder and always kicking ass and chewing bubble gum and running out of bullets, I always get shot down by these damn Hagiri's A5M4s. Yeah, I always hate getting shot down by them. It's absolutely embarrassing. And I feel bad to anyone who's got it. Yeah, it's the same as the A5M4, and again, you could basically buy a talisman for the A5M4, and there you go, you got Hagiri's A5M4. Yeah, it absolutely sucks. Probably the worst Japanese premium plane out there. Bar none. The next plane on the list is going to be one that really sucks. And it gives a better premium plane a bad name. You want to see what it is? Well, let's go ahead. The next premium plane that really sucks is the XF5F Skyrocket. Yeah, and it's a premium plane that gives another far superior premium plane, the XP50, a bad name. I mean, the XP50 is by no doubt one of the best third rank premium planes of War Thunder. It's good value for money. It costs only like 1,707 golden eagles. It's very cheap, and you can save on getting like more silver lions or a decal. Yeah, it's good value for money, and it's really powerful. It can pretty much take out light pillboxes. I've played it, and I've grinded with it, and it's absolutely awesome. But this, the XF5F Skyrocket, is weak. It's a weak sauce plane. Yeah, it's somehow got a lower battle rating than the XP50, and it's slower too. And it's got weaker armament. At least with the P61A1, it still has the 4 20mm machine guns that can devastate light pillboxes. This doesn't have the same armament. Yeah, this is why the P61A1 isn't on the list. It's still a good premium plane, but this one sucks. Yeah, it's got worse armament than the XP50. And I have never seen this plane in battle once. Never. Whereas the XP50, I've seen people fly this plane more than how many are actually made. Yeah, it's a good premium plane. It's got awesome armament. The XP50 is awesome, but the XF5S Skyrocket, it sucks. It's armed with 2 Browning machine guns and 2 7.62mm Browning machine guns, which means that the armament on this plane is absolutely pathetic. Yeah, no. It has a reason to exist because without it you wouldn't have the XP50, but even so, it sucks. It sucks more than, well, any variation that of a plane that is, well, actually pretty good. It makes the XP50 look bad. And I don't want that to happen because the XP50 is awesome. It's maneuverable. It's powerful, maneuverable, fast, and really good at taking out ground targets. And it looks like something from Crimson Skies. So there's nothing to complain about the XP50. But the XF5 Skyrocket is the black sheep, the bastard child. And you shouldn't even waste your gaijin dollars on it. Just get something else. Get another better premium plane. I can't believe that the XF5S Skyrocket's in the game. Why is it in there? Well, I know why, but still, it shouldn't exist. Because I love the XP50, but this one is kind of like, well, yeah, you know the movie Twins, right? It's a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. The XP50 is kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the XF5F Skyrocket's kind of like Danny DeVito. Well, let me explain it like this. The XF5F Skyrocket is like Lola Loud, the more evil and brattier twin. Yeah, no, she's funny. But she's still, well, comparable to Angelica Pickles, whereas the XP50 is like Lana Loud, the nicer twin. So, yeah. The XF5F Skyrocket is like the twin with the bad genes, and the XP50 is like the twin with the good genes. So you both got the good twin and the bad twin. So the XF5F Skyrocket's like Lola Loud, and the XP50 is like Lana Loud. Yeah. Good twin, bad twin, XF5S Skyrocket. Bad twin, XP50, good twin. Get the XP50, it's awesome. Don't waste your money with the XF5, that's all I have to say. On to the next plane. Alright, number 4 goes to the Messerschmitt Me262 A2A Schwalbe. Yeah, this has got to be the worst variant of this plane. Yeah, I actually like the Messerschmitt Me262. but I like the Meteor better since it's an allied plane. You gotta like allied planes better than Axis plane. Yeah, it's worse than the researchable plane. Just imagine the P-51D situation, except even worse. That's what it basically is. Yeah, it somehow has a lower battle rating than the Messerschmitt Me-262A1A, which is a researchable plane. Yeah, see that? Lower battle rating. And it's also one of the least expensive, while still expensive, researchable rank 5 planes that you get War Thunder. Yeah. Don't waste your Gaijin dollars on this. Find something else. Yeah, it's somehow even worse than the other Me-262, and it could get outclassed by even the best super propeller driven planes like the P-51H and the latest variation of the Spitfire, for example. Yeah. And it makes you wonder why Germany lost the war. It's because of that. Yeah. German planes are usually pretty good, but this one definitely could pass. In fact, there's a squadron variation that is way better than it. Yeah, it's got a way better battle rating. The Me-262A1/U1 is way better than that. Poor excuse for a premium plane. And again, this is probably one of the reasons why premium planes get a bad rap in War Thunder. The next plane on the list is a plane that I most definitely agree on. And it just got added in the Red Skies update. Let's take a look at it. Alright, next on the blacklist is, well, the Supermarine Attacker FB2. Yeah, it costs like 8,020 Golden Eagles. And it's the same as the Attacker FB1. It's the same stats and everything. Except, well, you could probably get a talisman for the FB1, it will be way cheaper. Again, don't waste your money on this, and I most definitely agree with the video. It's one of the most pointless premium planes of War Thunder. And has no reason to exist at all. Other than to make the grind faster. And again, this is one of the reasons why premium planes get a bad rep. Yeah, it's definitely a waste of money. But the next plane on the list is an even bigger waste of money. And you're gonna see what it is. Yep, that's right. It's the F-84F, the infamous F-84F with the Israeli roundel. It's even more expensive than the Attacker FB2, and somehow even worse because it's the same as the F-84F, except with a different skin. It's absolutely pointless. Yeah, I still to this day have no idea why this plane is in the game. And in my opinion, I think that that skin could have easily been made. That premium plane could have easily been made into a skin for the F-84F, a separate skin. Yeah, what is the point? Yeah, no, the F-2H Free should be added in War Thunder as a premium plane, but it should be in the British tech tree instead of the American tech tree, since it's used by the Royal Canadian Air Force, and Canada was at one point a Commonwealth nation. Yeah. Yeah, here's a French plane that should have been in there instead of that waste of space. And I'm gonna look it up. Alright, so we're gonna look up what should have been in the premium French tech tree instead of that waste of space. It absolutely makes me depressed that people waste money on this. They shouldn't. You'd be better off spending those golden eagles on one of the premium Harriers, because at least they're overpowered planes for the rank, and they're one of the few 5th rank planes that have got air-to-air missiles, which makes them a plane to use for surprise attacks. Yeah, there was a French VTOL plane in there that should have been in there instead of the FA4F. Trying to look up what it is. The Dassault Mirage Free V. Yes. The Dassault Mirage Free V should have been in there instead of the F-84F, and that F-84F should have been a separate skin for the F-84F that's already researchable. See, look, this should be a premium plane, not the F-84F with Israeli roundels. Or the Dassault Balzac 5, although it doesn't have any belts. Yeah, definitely put this plane in the game, Gaijin. Yeah, remove the F-84F with the Israeli roundel, make it a separate skin, and replace it with the Mirage Free V. Yeah, I hope you're listening. Alright, before we go on to the number 1 pick, we have a couple of honorable mentions. We have a couple of honorable mentions. Let's see what they are, shall we? Alright, the first honorable mention is the P-61A1. This is going to be on the best premium planes list. But it is kind of like the C1 except with no suspended armaments. But I still like it though. It is powerful. It's still pretty powerful. And I've grinded with it. And the next honorable mention goes to the well, it goes to Jacobs J8A. But I think it's a pretty good plane. It's, well, another variation of the Gloucester Gladiator, which we got a bajillion of them, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, it's not much to say here, except both of these planes are pretty good in their own rights. And sometimes premium planes can be cool. And worth the money. Alright, let's go on to the number one pick for the worst premium plane in War Thunder. And the number one worst premium plane in War Thunder is, and we're going back to the USSR on this one, the BI. The BI. Yeah, this plane is the worst premium plane in War Thunder. The worst of the worst. And one of the reasons why it sucks is because no suspended armament whatsoever. There's no rockets or bombs on it, and that really stinks for a 5th rank plane. It's also pretty weak. It can get shot down pretty easily. Yeah, it's not very well armored, and it's got limited armament. Yeah, no rockets and bombs, and that really sucks for a 5th rank plane, since a lot of 5th rank planes have rockets, bombs, and air-to-ground missiles, and some even have air-to-air missiles. You're better off getting a Harrier. Yeah, it's not really easy to shoot down, since it's very weak, but it has very weak armament and can't even penetrate the armor of medium tanks, and can't even dare to go up against some of the better rank 5th rank planes. Yeah, it's got powerful cannons, but what's the good of that if it's gonna get shot down by freaking air-to-air missiles? And people are just gonna lose battles in this plane. Yeah, this plane sucks so bad that it's probably one of the sole reasons why premium planes get a bad rap in War Thunder. Yeah, no bombs, no rockets, no air-to-air missiles, no air-to-ground missiles. What an absolute stinker and travesty it is. Especially for a 5th rank plane. Yeah, it's even worse than the F-84F. I can't believe the Soviet tech tree has this in this. Yeah, I can't believe that the Soviet tech tree has this in the premium plane list. Because, yeah, people shouldn't even use it in dogfights. You can't use it for mixed battles either. It's not good for mixed battles. Yeah, I know, the XP-50 has no suspended armament, and neither does the P-61A1. But those are 3rd rank planes, and not every 3rd rank plane has rockets and bombs equipped. But this is a 5th rank plane. There's a lot more 5th rank planes with suspended armament, and this one doesn't have it. It sucks. The BI sucks. And the Soviets should be embarrassed that they ever built it. Yeah, even Joseph Stalin would be like, hey, you know what? Scrap that. This plane, BI, send it to scrapyard. Yes, even Joseph Stalin, who's a ruthless dictator, would see this plane and know that they should scrap it. It doesn't belong in the 5th rank tech tree at all. Has no place in there at all. And it sucks. Yeah. very much sucks. Alright, so those are the worst premium planes of War Thunder. Yeah. I'm gonna make a list of the best premium planes of War Thunder later. And there are some really good ones, don't get me wrong. There are some really good premium planes of War Thunder that are well worth the money. And I'm gonna count them down. So stay tuned for the next premium plane list of War Thunder, which are gonna be the best of the best. Alright, see y'all later. Catch y'all next time. Peace out.